Well, joining us right now is Brockton Mayor Robert Sullivan. Mr. Mayor, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Dan, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on again this week. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now, today is a very cold day, and it's been a very cold month. Is this putting any kind of strain on city resources, or how are you dealing with that right now?
No, I mean, we've been working diligently with our director, Steve Hook. He's our Brockton Emergency Management Agency director, and my director of social services, Jasmine Bradshaw. I mean, we've been giving out hand warmers and sleeping bags, and we've had warming shelters during the cold days as well. So, we're in the business to help people, and on these cold days, we have some really concerns about our homeless population, and we're also concerned about our elderly. There's a lot of elderly people right now that are living on fixed incomes, so we're concerned about pipes freezing and stuff like that. So again, if people in the city of Brockton are being challenged in any way, please reach out to my office. We have a really great team of professionals that are here to help.
And speaking of colds, I also wanted to ask you about cold and flu cases. We've talked about it last week. What's the situation with that right now?
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing a consistent flu amount of cases in the city of Brockton. Strep throat seems to be high this week as well. Dr. Eno Montesir from our Board of Health is tracking everything. But, just in my own office here in the city, we're having some of my colleagues, some of my teammates sick right now. And, it's head colds, it's flu, it's strep throat. It's kind of running the gamut right now. So, again, I've said it many, many times. If you're not feeling well, stay home. Call your primary care physician. If you don't have one, there's always urgent cares. We have quite a few that just opened up in the city of Brockton. There's 2 on Belmont Street, and there's one on North Quincy Street that I'm aware of. They're brand new. So, again, now is the time to take care of yourself and the health of your family and loved ones.
Now, you mentioned the homeless, and that brings me to my next question regarding the city council override regarding of your veto on the homeless bill.
Yeah, I served 14 years as a city councilor at large, serving the entire city, all 7 wards and 28 precincts. So I respect the legislative body. I respect being a member of the city council. But as mayor, I have veto authority, and I vetoed it, and I stand by that veto. I don't think what was overruled the other night and is on the books is appropriate. In my humble opinion, it's just unconscionable. It's inhumane. It's I would say unenforceable. I would say it's unconstitutional, and I'm disappointed. But with that being said, I'm here to work with the city council. We have a dedicated team in my office, as I said, director of constituent services, director of social services, director of immigration services, director of government affairs and public policy. These are individuals that have sat down with people to help come up with solutions, worked with some individuals to try to get certain things in the ordinance that did not make it into the ordinance. So, again, we're going to have to deal with it. But as I said just recently, I'm against it. I just don't think it's the right thing. I'm the mayor of everybody. I don't know how we can penalize from a financial fine standpoint. I find that to be punitive, and you can't get blood from a stone. So I'm disappointed in it, but I understand how the process works, and we're going to have to continue to work together for a better Brockton.
Now, there was a contract extension for the school superintendent.
There was, the city, the school committee extended Dr. Priya Tahiliani's contract. I actually was one of the members to vote against it. It was not a slight to Dr. Tahiliani in any way. But my concern is that I'm the mayor, and I need to make sure financially we are stable, and we're not out of the woods yet. As you know, we had that deficit, and we were able to get through it. But, financially, we're still a little shaky, and we're still working with our state partners. So, my view is we had an existing contract, and, we could continue to work with Dr. Tahiliani, and but also, the majority voted to approve it. So, again, I respect that. I honor that. She has locked in long term, which I think is good for BPS. And I'm just hopeful that, we're going to be able to get out of this with a really strong financial ability. We just certified free cash, which was great. But again, I need to make sure that the city and school sides are stabilized, and, we provide the services to the students and the staff, but also to the residents and constituents of the city of Champion.
And also, there were speaking of students, there were some new band instruments donated.
Yeah, it was a wonderful grant. I mean, to my amazement, and I think everybody that was there that night, and it was last Tuesday in the Rom Little Theater at Brockton High, it was mentioned that the tuba that is being utilized at Brockton High School has been utilized for the last 60 years. Now, I played the trumpet as a kid. My son is playing that same trumpet, so I do know instruments that are well built, have a long life. But we want to make sure that we have the proverbial tools in the toolbox. We want everybody that is interested in playing an instrument to have that ability here in the city of Brockton. So I applaud the grant. I applaud donations. If people have old instruments and they hear this and they don't want to utilize them anymore, I'm happy to accept them in the mayor's office and make sure that they're utilized for Brockton public students. Again, my own son plays the trumpet. I go to the concerts, and it's just unbelievable.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for speaking with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.